You probably clicked on this video because you hurt yourself and you're injured. So if that's in fact true, watch the video and I'll tell you if you should be training or not. Right, so I've been training for a little over 30 years and I've had about every injury you can think of. And one of the questions I always get is, should you train through injuries? Now, I'll give you an example. I have kind of a fragile lower back. So I've had to adjust the way I deadlift. I can't just all out try to pull 600-700 anymore. But what I can do is I can rack pull 350, 380 and keep my back real tight, okay? I've had a lot of near pec tears. So I can't bench real heavy out of the gate, but I can do maybe inclines and benches second or third in the routine and I'm okay. I actually dropped a 45 on my toe 2 weeks ago and I cracked my big toe. And so you know I'm a calf fanatic. So do you think I miss calves? No, but I only come up halfway on the ball of my foot because coming up higher hurt. So I guess my point is when you get aches and pains and strains, that's kind of part of the process. You've got to figure out ways that you can train around it. You got to be a little creative, but if you have a little bit of an ache and pain, I wouldn't say, okay, don't train. Now, if you have a major injury, you know, let's say you tear something or something like that, then that's obviously a little bit of a different situation. But like a little bit of tendonitis, maybe your elbows are a little tender, maybe your knees are a little tender, you have to work around that stuff. Because when you're training hard, it is impossible to not have strains, irritations. It's impossible. There's no way to avoid it if you're working really hard and you're pushing yourself. So you have to get really good at working through that stuff. So that's pretty much all I have to say about that, but it's very important. And the longer you train, the longer you're in it. You got to remember, this is a marathon. So you got to be able to, you got to find ways to keep training, keep progressing, and you know, that's how you're going to reach all your goals. There's one other thing I wanted to point out. Your body will give you signals. It'll tell you many times when a major injury is brewing. You have to listen to it. For example, let's say you're doing a leg press. I'll give you an example of mine. I get pulled adductors all the time, my left adductor. When I'm doing my leg presses real heavy, I can feel it start to come on. I can feel it kind of twinging, it doesn't feel right. I know that if I go another plate or two, I'm probably going to pull it. So I'm listening to my body. My body's saying, hey John, man, you better back it down. And so I listen. You know, a lot of times when people get hurt, they'll tell you, well, I did this one rep and it felt kind of funny, but I thought I would do another one, and that's when they have their injury. So in order for you to avoid major injuries, when you feel a little tweak or something like that, stop. There's no rep that's so important that you have to do it and risk injury. Risk versus reward. No exercise is that important. No rep is that important. So I just want you to keep that in mind, because I see so many people getting injured all the time. Again, aches and pains and strains is part of the process. So learn how to work around it, all right? Now, if you have any specific questions, I'm happy to address them below, because probably any kind of strain you've had, I've had. So I was really hoping with this video, I could answer some more personal questions. So comment below and I'll give you my best ideas on how to work around your aches and pains. So thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it.